Keep it in alignment, friend. It's working. It's working. Trusting him. You're not perfect, so yeah, it's gonna be times where you just like, I don't know. You gotta remind yourself that that's God and not you. But you almost out. You know, you probably been going through family problems and work problems and financial problems and relationship problems and things like that. It's just everything coming up at once. But this ain't the first time. You've been through it already. The test is over. You already won. So kick back, relax. We're going to talk about alignment, and we're going to talk about how being in alignment with God empowers your discernment, right? Being in alignment with God, I can literally hear other people's thoughts. When you are in alignment, you are connected to frequencies, energies. You're not just moving in a wound, traumatic, trauma-bound way. You're moving spiritually. Yeah. You're connected to everything. The people who are exhausted, it's your resting season. That's how I feel. It's my resting season. I've been in survival mode. Probably we're really 2020, beginning of 2023. So 2 years. Being in alignment teaches you so much about yourself, so much of what you need in your emotions. So these last few days, I've been feeling heavy-hearted. And there's so much that's going on. I got work problems. My brother was killed, or we don't know what really happened. That's a whole nother story. So it was unexpected. Family issues, friends issues, relationships, just a lot of things going on. It's like the only peace I have is when I'm with God. So I owe you. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I'm gonna be real. I've been spending time with God, and I felt like I was gonna be my person. This is all gonna bring it back to alignment. If you connected to God, it doesn't matter. And I felt like I was gonna be my person, and I was going through so much at the time. And I was real on my boundaries, like, you not showing me anything that's gonna help me grow. I don't care if it's one conversation we had. That's how much trusting God and being led by him, I can notice if we are compatible in that area just off of one conversation. It's just what we're talking about. People will show you who they are in one conversation if you let them. So I was becoming in alignment with God. It's a lot of things that happened last year. And I could talk about that in another video. But I realized I took upon action that was unexpected for me, but it made me realize how much I respect myself now. But I still felt guilt and shame from the decision. So I was asking God, I said, God, teach me how to get rid of shame. Teach me how to get rid of guilt, especially when I'm making these decisions for the right reason. If I didn't connect with God these years, what I came upon in 2025 should have took me out. Because let me get back to it. Out to meet my person. I just kept saying I'm about to meet my person because I felt it in my spirits, my bay on the way. I've been praying. I had everything written down. How I want my person to be, da-da-da-da. And then I told God, I said, I noticed how I am in relationships. This is me just being self-aware, thinking back. And I said, I'm afraid. I'm just being transparent. I'm afraid that I will put them before you, God, because I realized I was a people pleaser. He never said nothing. He didn't disagree with me. He didn't tell me nothing else. I told him what was my fear. And what you have to realize, and what I'm realizing now, the enemy can hear. Like when you're speaking out loud and you're saying these things and you're venting and all these things, even if you're talking to God or whatever, that enemy is listening. You have to, I really believe they should have something where we can bond it, where only me and God could hear this conversation. But either way, if you know the enemy is strong, but you will win at the end of the day, it's kind of hard when you're in the moment, but So I kept it real. I told God how I felt. I told him what I'm afraid of. I said I feel like I'm going to be my person, but I really feel like I will put them before you, and I don't want to do that. And I did sometimes. Very toxic, abusive. One of the worst decisions I felt like I made at the time, but it was one of the best. One of the best. When I was going through it, oh my God. Whoo! God, take me out right now. I ain't strong enough. That's how I felt. But then something shift. I'm going to be real with you. When I find out what shift in my mind, but I know I started seeing this person for who they were. I was not confused. I started seeing them for who they were for real. My spirit felt it, but my physical eyes, they play tricks on you. Being in alignment. Soon as God knew, he snatched me back. He let me look back on everything. And if I wouldn't have never said yes, and I wouldn't have never went through what I went through, I wouldn't be here. I went through every fear that I had, that I spoke to God about. This person did everything they can do to destroy me. When I say they allowed the enemy to use them every which way to take me out, and God was planning on it and betting on it. If y'all really realize, if you don't let them take you out, it's not about the physical world changing. See, that's what I was looking for, because people like, well, you're going to consistently meet people that you feel the way you feel in the inside. And I'm telling you, they got people I ran across that's ignorant, that has issues. I don't feel how they feel, not even a little bit. They are intimidated about my spirit, about who I am. It's deeper. It's deeper some cases, but most of the time, as soon as you give your life to God, I'll put it on everything, your life will be turned upside down. And the reason why is because that is no longer your life. You are becoming new. And the only way for you to become new is to be broken down and built back up. When I tell you I've never been broken like that. I still think about it. I don't even like to, because I know God needed somebody who allowed the enemy to play all which way with him. He needed somebody who was connected to witchcraft, to spells, to warlocks. He needed somebody deep in chaos, confusion, manipulation, deceit, deception, vengefulness. He needed, and at the same time, he showed me these things. This is in a situation where I seen myself too. Things I needed to work on, things I needed to change, thoughts that I had, right? My shame, I'm good on it. I don't care how I feel. My guilt, I'm good on it. This is the problem, because people will tell you, man, stop feeling shame, stop feeling guilt, da 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 da. I can't stop it right now until I learn to heal through it. But I'm going to tell my shame, I don't care. You're right. When you align with God, you always right. You never make a bad decision in your life. It might feel like it's bad because you're suffering, but not knowing that that's what God does. If we just constantly write it down, God is going to allow us to go through suffering to get where we at. And it's not bad suffering, though. Because if I was already in a place where I was healed in those areas, this person wouldn't have been able to get in my life. I was not healed in those areas. I still got to heal through it, but listen. So, I just want you to know, the path that you're on, wanting to know God, living for God, you are the outcast. You don't look like somebody who follow God. You don't act like somebody who follow God, but you don't act like everybody else, and you don't look like everybody else. You're not by yourself. I want you to know you're not by yourself.